You may have to ask yourself, what's going on, family? You may have to ask yourself, um, what is keeping you in America, and why won't you move to Africa? Really, this is our homeland. This is where we come from. People say, well, I don't come from Africa. My people was already here. If you black, any color you are, this is the cradle of civilization. And to be over in America with all the high rent, with all the white supremacy, with all the fake niggas who want to be white, I mean, this is really the best option for you. It's time to repatriate back to Africa. Since I've been here, it's only been 3 weeks, but since I've been here, I can just feel the difference in my whole body, in my mind. It's going to do something to you for the better, for your soul. This is the home of your ancestors. And I just wanted to say real quick, y'all come back to Africa, really. It's really time to come back. Don't be waiting 2 years. Don't put up a plan for, we're going to do this in 5 years. You don't have time to do that. I'm seeing beautiful black children on Facebook, people having babies. Don't raise them. Do not raise them children in America and hope they go to school and get a proper education and don't get discriminated against the same white teachers that have called the police on them. That if they wasn't at school, they would, will call the police on them. Don't let your child be another Tamir Rice, another Trayvon Martin, another Michael Brown, and the list can go on. It's time to really come home, folks, for real. It's really time to come back through. We know how we left here, but these people are welcome. It says something to you when they tell you welcome back. It does something to you when they tell you welcome home, It's really time to come back, family. Just wanted to say that real quick. I was out here and just relieving, just relaxing and enjoying the ocean. But yeah, family, it's definitely time to come back home. This is your people here. The food is better here. The food is not processed. It's not a huge snack culture here, because a lot of times we don't understand. We get a lot of our behaviors from the European who coming out of the cave when the land frozen. Black people, we have never been in no cave. You can walk outside and grab something off the tree and eat something here. We didn't have to be starved for food or anything like that, or be so hungry for food, because it was so plentiful for us. But when the Caucasian was in the mountains, in the caveman, and the land was frozen, they had to get food whenever so they had to snatch food. That's where we get snack food from. Even the part of a refrigerator having to reserve food and keep it for another day, that's a caveman concept. Even though the black man came up with it, Frederick Robertson, I believe his name, who came up with the refrigerator, but that's a caveman concept. He did that just to pacify white folks, to keep them off of them so much. That was some things that they did during slavery. Even another thing that we've taken from them is even sleeping in the same house, in the same bed every night with your spouse is another thing. Sometimes we can be honest, sometimes it's good to sleep together, but they did that because of the cold. But sometimes with feng shui, the flow of energy, sometimes you need to sleep by yourself. Sometimes the ancestors may want to do something to you in a dream, and you may not need to have anybody around you about that. We just talking about some caveman concepts that we have continually do. And when I talk about niggers, I'm talking about the mentality of a nigger. That was a manufacturer of social engineering for us to be like. Because some people do not need to come back there. Some black people do not need to come back to Africa, like Marcus Garvey said. You was no good in Africa, in America, so therefore you will be no good here. I know folks like that. That's why I always put a question mark behind Black Lives Matter. Because some niggas' lives do not matter, sad to say. Because they just do not have, because it's an engineering that they done to us. A nigga was a bad creation. It was an invention. We didn't come on that boat. We didn't get off that boat as niggas. That was something that was created. But I'm talking about the black folks who upper mobile, who want to raise your kids and want to be something with your children and don't have that nigga mentality. You all come back. Really. Man, hooking my fish up over here. But nah, just wanted to say that, family. It's time to repatriate back. It's time to repatriate back. I always say, give the white man back his religion. Your ancestors, they took on Christianity because they had it for survival. They did. If they wouldn't accept Jesus as their Lord and Savior, then they wouldn't eat. They would get beat. So when survival mode kicked in, then they say, okay, yeah, I'll accept Jesus if I gotta eat. If my children gotta eat, yeah, I will go ahead and accept. But that was not the original thing. And when the children seen the parents who pretended to be Christians and pretended to go along with it, they took it as it was reality, as it was the normal thing, and the list goes on. It became a regular thing. It was a self-refueling act. You understand? Yes, but just wanted to holler at y'all real quick, family. Peace and blessings. Y'all have a great evening, and we'll talk soon. Peace.